悪気はないんだな。
何の話ですか？
いや。
回復します。闇魔法にも治癒や回復は存在するが、難点が一つ。とてもグロい。
Ooh, my friends. All right, Villainous 99, episode number 4. I was gonna say 44, 9944. Okay, episode number 4, and this episode was effing hilarious. Every time that she grabbed her little flute, yo, the class was like, oh, so scary. Like, it was over and over and over again, and she just like bind. And even then the students were like, yo, the darkness, the like, I don't know about that. Yo, then she heals homeboy. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but she heals homeboy. She's like, oh, the healing works, but it looks disgusting as the darkness was just like like, to bundle it up, this is my type of humor. Like I'm watering from the eyes laughing, and like the humor that they're putting on display is just hitting for me, and that's what takes this anime and makes it so much more like enjoyable, is like when they sneak in these types of humoristic events or episodes or little mini arcs within the episode. Like, these are the things that make me enjoy a show very more. Now, a lot of times, a lot more English. A lot of times, you know, not every show does this, right? Because there's some that are more, you know, drama-centric. There's some that are more action-centric, right? Like, Solo Leveling this season isn't funny, but it's like, it gets damn, like, it's like, oh my God. There's some good stuff in there, right? So it's like, those are the things I feel like this is trying to be comedic and trying to have those comedic relief elements, and it's just nailing it. And that's what makes it so much more enjoyable. And then you top that off with a character who is from another world and knows the story and knows the way that the Otome game goes, and it's pretty intelligent, but you can tell that she was also extremely awkward and also doesn't know how to deal with situations, and probably wasn't a social butterfly in her past life, was probably very, you know, like indoors person, you know, which is, hey, so am I, you know, so I completely get it. And you have her kind of navigating, even though she knows the things that could happen and blah, 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 like you have her still like navigating these things. Like this episode, she got complimented, embarrassed the first time, and protected for the first time. And like, that's probably the first time it's happened in both lives. So she's trying to navigate that. So you have these kind of like complex, unusual main character who's overpowered, but in not like a showy type way. She just is overpowered. And then you have this cool backstory of like, well, the Demon Lord's going to appear, and then now, you know, she's going to participate in taking down the Demon Lord. But who is the Demon Lord? You know, is it a male? Is it a female? Is it in the middle? Like, what or who is the Demon Lord? What's their goal? You know, obviously in the Otome game, the main heroine and her harem of men have to take on the Demon Lord because that's just the goal. You know, the goal of the Otome game is the romance, but they have to give a bigger goal, which just happens to be the Demon Lord. But why did they appear? Now you have all these complex situations that could come up because it went from being a fake thing to a real thing. So it's like, okay, well, how did this Demon Lord just come out of a vortex, out of a different realm? Was it summoned? Has it always been there? Like, why and how? On top of that, she's the last boss. Why was she the last boss? Why her? Like, nothing was really explained. They just kind of gave it one more thing of like, oh, and there's a student at school that's, you know, she's the last boss. But now that's not. So it's like, you have all these different really cool things happening in the background. Then this episode, she's given a new principal. She gives them like the ways to level up. Everyone gets like, I don't want to do that. You know, you have her ties with royalty now, and like, she's wondering, is Alicia reincarnated? She wasn't. She's just dumb. And she basically, you know, the whole light versus dark thing, she just kind of sees her as evil, but she's not. So it's like you have all these really, really cool things happening within the world. You add in on top of that the fact that it's entertaining and it's hella funny. And it's like, this just makes like for a really great show. So I'm hella enjoying Villainess Level 99. I thought this episode was awesome. Love seeing the stuff with the flute. Love meeting a new actual love interest for her, which is really cool. Someone who's not afraid of her, which is really, really cool. You have her breaking down barriers with Alicia, finally understanding the reason she's so wary of her because she just sees her as like a big walking black grimace, you know? So, you know, it's just kind of like inevitable. You have the prince being an idiot, but then understanding, but then choosing to be an idiot, you know? It's like you have all these different things happening. And it was a really, really good episode. I really enjoyed it overall. So I won't spend time breaking down the rest of the episode. I know I kind of like bulldozed over several different events. You watched the episode. So just know like this episode was awesome. If you don't feel that way, let me know the why in the comments down below. But I think for everyone who is enjoying, if you're not enjoying, drop it. So much good shit this season. No stress about watching this. If you are enjoying it, I think we're eating real good with this Otome game type show, and I really love it. So, all right, see you guys next week. Peace.